If you don't like the California lifestyle, then I'm sure there's a Living in Texas channel you could be watching. The truth of the matter is, the California lifestyle is awesome. But let's face it, it's a little pricey. Sacramento and the Sacramento area is probably the best bang for your buck to get you that California lifestyle and still have everything California offers. It's amazing. I made the move here about 16 years ago and I absolutely love it. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the future of Sacramento. As many of you know, Sacramento's changed over the last 5 years, 10 years. We're going to talk about the past, we're going to talk about the present, and we're going to talk about the future of Sacramento. There's a lot of people moving in here. There's a lot of new homes happening in Elk Grove, Folsom, Rancho, Lincoln. I mean, there's so many new homes that the landscape of Sacramento changes on almost a year-to-year basis. So let's talk a little bit about it. Let's talk about things that you can expect in the Sacramento area and what Sacramento is going to be like in 5 or 10 years. This is a live show we do every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. There is an audience and they will be popping on the show, commenting, questioning, all that kind of fun stuff. This is the show you come to for real live information about Sacramento. Let's get on with the show. All right, guys, in the show, we're going to talk a little West Sacramento projects. Sunridge Plaza has a couple new tenants. We're talking Roseville. We're talking the Sunrise Mall, what they're doing with that. We're going to talk about Folsom Ranch. Man, we're going to talk about Placer One. We're going to be talking about all these kind of Liberty at Lincoln. We got so much stuff that we're going to be talking about on the show tonight. So hopefully you guys tune in and, ask your questions. Let's get into it. It's going to be a really, really fun show. Now, as far as the market goes, hopefully you watched last week. And if you didn't, maybe tune into that video. Pretty much the same thing. We're seeing the market pick up. It's doing better than last year. People are out there. They're buying. Demand is back on the market. What's that doing? Like our market specifically is you're seeing new homes have less. They're not as hot as resale. Resale is kind of like there's a little bit more underneath, like there's a little bit more fire underneath the resale market as opposed to new homes right now too. But the new homes aren't doing bad at all. In fact, I see a lot of these builders like Richmond American that all of a sudden their incentives aren't as good as they were maybe about 3 weeks ago. So I think the market is shifting. We're feeling a little bit of the warmth. Jerome Powell leaves office in tick, a couple days. And he'll still be on the board and everything too. But at the same time, we know that there's probably going to be a little bit of shift possibly in interest rates. So a lot of people are looking around. They're kind of feeling out the market. Now, as far as the intro goes, I do believe Sacramento is the best bang for your buck if you want the California lifestyle. If you want to be close to Tahoe, what is it, like an hour and 20 minutes away? If you want to be close to the Bay Area, you can get anywhere in the Bay Area within 2 hours, depending on traffic, of course. I don't know. We have lakes, we got American River, we got Sacramento River, we got Folsom Lake, we got Lake Natoma, we got biking trails, we got hiking trails, we got some primo communities, affordable as far as here, price point. Some areas you can get something underneath 500. New homes as well too. You can go 1 million, you can go 2 million. We got bougie areas as well too. Sacramento kind of has it all. Now, one of the things about Sacramento that I absolutely love also is the fact that in Sacramento, the lifestyle varies wherever you go. You can go golf course communities. You can go to some of those like gated, U-shaped driveways type areas in Granite Bay if you want to. You can get some nice houses with primo views like in Folsom, like in Lincoln, like in El Dorado Hills, Rockland, you name it. There's a bunch of them. You can get those like Hallmark vibes where you can go up to Auburn. You can go to get it in Fair Oaks. Loomis has that farmy kind of, but bougie farmy up there as well too. There's so many different vibes here in the Sacramento area. And we haven't even hit Sacramento proper. The Pocket, I'm going to be doing a video with T Keys, Mr. Keys, a little bit later on this year, and we're going to be talking about the Pocket. We're going to go to 5 different communities in the Pocket as well too. I don't know. There's Roseville, East Roseville, West Roseville. If you're someone who says to yourself, like, I always wanted a brand new home, man, we got so many brand new homes being built. Elk Grove, Rancho, West Sacramento. We got some being built in Natomas, South Sacramento. Then there's Folsom. Then there's Elk Grove. I think I might have mentioned Elk Grove twice. Lincoln, West Roseville, Placer One, you name it, we're building new homes everywhere, which means new parks, new fire departments, new police departments, new schools, and new commercial developments popping up as well too. So there's some fun things alive and well in the Sacramento area. Now, why is Sacramento doing this and areas like Los Angeles and the Bay Area aren't doing this? They don't have land. We do. We have tons of land everywhere. Now, that doesn't mean we should build on all of it because, man, I do love me my Folsom Hills and my El Dorado Hills. But at the same time, we are using a lot of that land to build new homes. El Dorado Hills, if you guys have noticed it, East Ridge Village is being built on top of Blackstone, or at least it feels that way. And that's the Lennar community, and they're selling right now too. I think the starting price might be a wee bit too high, and they're hurting a little bit, but that's happening. And so is Toll Brothers is building those acre lots in El Dorado Hills too. They're really, really nice, starting around $2 million. So guys, Sacramento is amazing. The Sacramento area for me, kind of like, your El Dorado Hills, Cameron Park, Shingle Springs-ish kind of area. I'd say also Sacramento County, Placer County, Roseville, Lincoln, Rockland, I think a little of West Sacramento as well too. So you have your various areas. You can pretty much get it all in Sacramento. If you're someone who's watching this and you're living in the Bay and that condo for $2 million in San Jose, and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'd love to get out of this 1,000-foot condo and get myself a house, a big, big house. I want the community atmosphere. I want those barbecues on 4th of July. You can totally get that here in the Sacramento area and in various locations, and for literally a fraction of the cost you're paying in San Jose for that condo of yours. So Sacramento for me does have it all. Sunsets, walks, community vibe too, but we also have the private secluded areas as well too, if you want that. We got a lot of doctors moving in here: Sutter, Mercy, Dignity, Shriners, UC Davis, Kaiser's everywhere too. So we are very much a thriving, growing, kind of advancing kind of place to live. And I think a lot of people maybe move here for the affordability, but they jump in and they realize our food scene is pretty solid. Sports pretty good as well too. Tons of things to do. Kids love it. We got a lot of community stuff happening, like movie nights in the park. You got concerts here, Thunder Valley. There's a lot of good old 80 rock bands that play there as well too. Then you got Golden One. So there are some fun things happening in Sacramento. Now in the future for the Sacramento area, man, there's some crazy stuff happening in Sacramento. Now, we're going to go over a bunch of them. We're going to talk a little bit about where Sacramento is going in the next few years, 5 years, 10 years, because for me, that's the exciting part, right? I've already seen Sacramento grow in the last 5 or 10 years, and where it's going is a whole new level. I mean, when I was first starting to sell real estate, it was like, if you had $1 million home, it was like, whoa, that's crazy. Now, $1 million home is kind of becoming a little bit, you're seeing them a lot. Now you're seeing $2 million, $3 million, $4 million homes. People are really, really increasing that luxury market as well too. Restaurants are growing. We got Michelin star restaurants coming in, which seems like almost every 6 months there's a new one. Fun stuff, guys. Really fun stuff. And if you're like me, you really feel good because you're on the ground floor of this. You already maybe bought in. You see the appreciation happening in your house, and you're super excited. For me, that's one of the reasons why I like doing this live show and including in all the people who want to comment in and say hello, because this is part of it. It's all about the community vibe here, people that move here, live here, and all that stuff too. So let's jump into it and let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite spots, West Sacramento. All right. So West Sacramento has been one of those spots that we really haven't hit on the show too much, right? But West Sacramento, I mean, all the stuff that's developing there. If you don't know West Sacramento that well, you're not going to really kind of get what I'm talking about too much, but I would say explore. They have a nice little river walk over there too. That at this point, it's just a nice walking spot for photography. You can see the Tower Bridge and everything too. But what they plan to do there is just nuts. I mean, they plan on just developing some crazy stuff in the West Sacramento area that's going to transform everything. They're even including or thinking about doing the light rail where it connects from West Sacramento as well too. So the stuff that they're doing in West Sacramento is nuts, because West Sacramento, if you look on the map, the location of downtown is super close on the map. But as we all know, getting from West Sacramento to downtown isn't as easy as that. You can walk Tower Bridge and everything too, but it's one of those things that it looks really, really close on the map. But at the same time, Jefferson can be a little bit of a bear, and it's just a little bit of a cluster during rush hour times as well too. So they want to change that. They want to improve the infrastructure as well too. They're looking also at that Riverwalk area, and you might not know where that is. So if you look on a map, you're going to see this giant pyramid building, right? So right next to it, there's a lot of space that they're looking to build out as well too, but they're going to create a place on the river on the other side of Old Sacramento, pretty much kind of in that area, where they're going to be creating shops, they're going to be restaurants, they're going to be creating like more hotels and everything too. So it's going to be a true kind of river walk where you can go grab a table, grab a bite and everything too, which is really, really nice. Now, this has been proposed and they're kind of already starting in past the plan stages of it. So this is kind of really, really cool. Now, the other thing that I'm super excited about is that if you live in Sacramento, you're going to know that we love our suburban life. I love it. I love the barbecues. I love Netflix. That's just kind of how we roll here in Sacramento. But at the same time, we're getting a lot of people moving in their 20s and 30s, and they kind of want a little bit more of that kind of sleek, going out at night type thing. So you're going to see some mixed use development spaces built out in the West Sacramento area. We're talking about, if you know, kind of like, how can I say, the South of Market kind of areas, the loftish areas, you're probably gonna see some of that stuff pop in. You're gonna see like really industrial space used for work, used for living. It's gonna really, really transform the area. And then we got like industrial sites redeveloped. We have industrial right now in the West Sacramento area, but they're going to revamp them. I would love to see some cool lofts put in to some of those industrial spaces, which I think will be really, really cool. Now, waterfront residential towers. I've been hearing about this. I've been hearing also about possibly putting in something right next to that pyramid in West Sacramento as well too. So that could be something that you also see in the West Sacramento area and the Bridge District. We're talking about like shops, malls, and all that kind of stuff too in West Sacramento. So the big thing about West Sacramento is you're going to see builders like Toll Brothers that are already eyeing that area. They've already bought a piece of land there, and they're already going to create a community in West Sacramento. Now, for me, that's a huge indicator because Toll Brothers doesn't just build like randomly. Toll Brothers selects their areas, and they're very, very smart about where they decide to build. And the idea that if you look at Toll Brothers in the Sacramento area where they've built, Rockland makes sense. El Dorado Hills makes sense. You know, the spots that they're Folsom makes sense, you know, and all of a sudden they're going to West Sacramento. So for me, I love that as an indicator on like how West Sacramento is going to progress, how it's going to grow, how it's going to develop. I love the Delta breezes. I love that urban vibe. I love the idea that it's close to downtown Sacramento. And I would say for you guys who are looking to maybe move into Sacramento, you need to be close to downtown. You've been thinking maybe Elk Grove. You've been thinking maybe Natomas. I would also keep a little bit eye on West Sacramento. It's kind of like the dark horse and kind of see what's developing there. That'd be me. All right, let's go to number 2, Sunridge Plaza. This is in Rancho. What we're seeing in Rancho, you got builders like TriPoint, you got builders like Woodside, Lennar, Cahov, Beazer, Woodside, I think I already said Woodside, Elliott Homes, and you got about 3 other, Richmond American. You got all these builders building in Rancho, and they're creating some really cool communities. Now, what Rancho definitely needs, and they're creating this downtown Dova district that's going to have that indoor soccer stadium as well too, but they need more stores out there as well too. So you're seeing Sunridge Plaza bring in new people, and that whole area is going to be developed into more commercial, which is nice. More eateries, more places to shop and everything too. It's becoming its own kind of little ecosystem. And with downtown Dova, I mean, Rancho Cordova right now is just crazy. Is it getting the best incentives right now in all the Sacramento area? I would say currently it's doing pretty good. And Rancho has always been that spot that I tell people, if you're looking for a brand new home, if you're looking around maybe the 500 range, Rancho is definitely one of the first spots. Maybe Vineyards, maybe, you know, maybe that one community by JMC over at Placer One. There are certain communities, and, you know, reach out to our team. We can tell you which ones they are. But I like the development that's happening in Rancho. I like the Sunridge Plaza, that it's expanding, growing. I think it's cool. And we're seeing more and more tenants pop their heads in the Sunridge Plaza. Now Sunridge, if you know kind of like where Bloom is, Taylor, TriPoint Bloom, and what is it, like Willow and Beazer Homes is building out in their area as well too. There's gonna be Sunridge Park that's gonna have splash pads. It's gonna be in a beautiful, beautiful park in Rancho as well too. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for Rancho. Now, Roseville Junction. This is one that I talked about last year. It was about electric pickle, you know, hotels were going to be built and everything too. It was close to the Galleria. Now, this project is something that's been delayed, and we don't know exactly when it's going to pick up steam again too. There's going to be good news on this broadcast. There's also going to be just some news that you guys kind of should be aware of, especially if you're thinking about moving into the area. So these things are stalled, and they're kind of pending right now too. As they develop, as they kind of change, as they kind of shift back into gear, because I'm guessing they will, because they've already started somewhat development in this. We're going to see exactly what happens, but it's an 11-acre site near the Galleria. It was slated to have kind of pickleball courts. It was slated to have like a hotel. And all these things were going to really, really do really well for Roseville. Now, the only thing about this area that I would say is the fact that I would have loved to see this area a little closer to West Roseville. I think in this area, if you don't know Roseville too much, you're going to understand that in Roseville, Galleria and the Fountains and all the big box stores, 80, 60 colliding It's already a cluster over there too, and they need to kind of space out their shopping a little bit. So I would have loved to seen this been a little pushed out there because I'm already feeling traffic and already feeling that kind of anxiety about going to the Galleria. So it would have been nice. But just so you guys know, if you're waiting for that and you're driving by it and going, I wonder when this is underway, I don't know. It's just delayed at this point. All right, next one, the sunrise tomorrow. Okay, one of the biggest things that I've been talking about on the show is the fact that Folsom was going to get this indoor hockey rink, sports center, and everything too. Well, thanks to Matt, I believe, on the show, who's telling me, well, that got sidelined and now it's going into the Sunrise, where the Sunrise Mall used to be. So this is a huge, huge project that's happening to Citrus Heights. If you guys know the Sunrise Mall, it's old school, right? You got like, I think JCPenney's, you got like Macy's. It's been a complete eyesore for the longest time. Stores there, it's just an indoor mall, really prime space, and it's just been one of those things that's just been a bear as far as like what people are going to do with it. A lot of people have had ideas, and it's just no one knew what to do. So right now you're looking at like they're putting in new homes. They're going to do mixed use land as well too, work and live spaces, parks, trails, and spaces, improve mobility. And this is one of the things that I'm really kind of wondering, okay, what do we mean about this? Because if you guys know, Sunrise is one of the biggest artery blockages, I guess you can call it, in all of Sacramento. I absolutely loathe driving down Sunrise. If I'm going to Roseville from Gold River, absolutely hate it. So the idea that this is going to be built out and it's smack dab in the middle of Sunrise worries me a little bit as far as traffic goes. We've already got the 50 that's a bottleneck. So hopefully this doesn't, but at the same time, I love the fact that everyone in Citrus Heights, everyone in the Orangeville area is going to benefit from this. Parks, mixed-use spaces. It is going to really do a nice facelift for Citrus Heights and that area specifically because that mall is such an eyesore. It's been that way for the longest time. I'm kind of excited to see this happen, and I'm glad that it's kind of been, passed through and we're going to kind of see this develop. I can't wait. I think it's going to be great. I think, if we can get through the traffic part of the Sunrise part and we can just build this stuff and create some parks. I mean, look at the spaces and everything too. It should be kind of cool. And it's called Sunrise Tomorrow. And a lot of people on the show were asking about it and talking about like what's going to happen to the mall and everything. Now in this mall, also in the Sunrise Tomorrow specific plan, there's also going to be that sports center. So the sports center that they originally were going to build in Folsom Ranch is going to actually be built here as well too. This is where the indoor hockey rinks are going to go and everything. So this is going to be something that isn't going to be janky. It's going to be dialed in. It's going to be really, really nice. And for people who bought into Citrus Heights, people that have bought in Orangeville and live around this area, yes, it's going to be a little bit of a construction nightmare for a little while, but I do think the ROI for building something in this is going to add to people's property prices. And I think that for Citrus Heights, I think for Orangeville, maybe even a little Fair Oaks, they're going to really benefit from this in the long run for property values. So I'm excited to see how this develops, how this grows and everything too. This has been a long time in coming, and a lot of people have jumped into this project, kind of backed out of this project, in this project. So it seems like this is a green light, and this is actually going to go through and happen. So I'm excited for Citrus Heights and that area. I think that it's going to be nice driving down Sunrise and not seeing that big old mall that I'm thinking to myself, that is prime space. I wish they'd do something better with that. And now we're going to have something nice, parks, something that's like not an eyesore, something for people in Citrus Heights to enjoy and hopefully increase their property prices. So that's not bad at all. All right, to the next, Folsom Ranch, new school shakeup. Another thing that we were talking about last week as far as the schools go. Now, if you bought into Taylor, if you bought into all these, we were told that there was going to be new high schools, new elementary schools, new middle schools. So it is delayed. The Granite Springs school is delayed right now too, elementary. That was the second elementary school that they were going to put in. Now, they already put a big elementary school in Folsom, but as we all know, there's a lot of people moving into Folsom Ranch, and the schools right now cannot keep up with the demand of the people that are buying into Folsom Ranch. In fact, I have a weird feeling that that's why right now, if you go to Folsom Ranch, there's not a bazillion people building in Folsom Ranch. I have a feeling that everyone's a little cognizant of this, and they're kind of like relaxing a little bit because Taylor Morrison, they're pretty much done with that community over there too. You got Esquire by KB that's selling, they're doing okay. You got Lennar over there that's a little higher price than they probably should be. You got Tri Point with their condos, and you got Shawwood on the Hill. but that's kind of it. And for Folsom Ranch, as you know, that if you look at Folsom Ranch, maybe about a year and a half ago, you had Tri-Point, you had Woodside, you had you had a couple KB communities, what's called Taylor, all that stuff too. So I think that this is something that just be aware of if you're moving in there. Make sure that, whatever happens with the schools, you're on top of, because this is something that, you should know about. Because I know a lot of people, when they moved in to Folsom Ranch, they were told by the sales reps, schools, schools, schools. I would say get on top of this, specifically if you're moving in, and understand that, this stuff isn't in stone. Things change sometimes. And, with a new area, this is just something to just be aware of. And, Rocky Ridge Elementary School, first, and then what do we got here? 13,000 homes are planned. I mean, guys, Folsom Ranch is going to be crazy. So hopefully they get on top of this whole school thing right now. Because if they don't, and all these houses start going, because Taylor's got another big piece of land and they're going to be releasing another community. And I've heard of two other builders that have communities coming into Folsom Ranch. They need those schools big time, because I've been hearing words like impacted, or like I've got to jump on a bus and go to school. So just be aware of this, and just, be cognizant of this, get educated about this as well too. Hopefully your realtors are keeping you informed about this. If not, come to the show where we answer all the questions. All right. We'd love to see this fruition come to fruition. Would benefit all of Sacramento. 100%. I think that Sunrise Mall, at least that I've seen, it's hilarious because, my wife grew up from Sacramento. She's like, yeah, back in the day we would cruise, down Sunrise, and that was the thing. And Sunrise Mall back in the day was like a nice mall, thriving indoor mall, 80s and everything too. And now it just needed something. That space right there is almost in the perfect heart location of the Sacramento area. And if we do something really, really nice with it, and it's not that eyesore, I mean, it will transform Citrus Heights straight up. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how they develop it. I think what we're hopefully going to see is a little bit more modern urban architecture, with, I think, Sacramento's a little bit been lacking. I think we're very tracky here in Sacramento. We're very much ranch style homes, tracky homes. And it'd be nice to see a little bit more modern, sleek, contemporary kind of design in the houses. And I'm not saying go all crazy like that, but I'm saying, like, I want to see different neighborhoods, different building styles. I'd love to see a little bit more mid-century modern, just things like that would be nice to see all over Sacramento. Because if you see, especially if you look here and you're like, 13,000 homes planned in Folsom Ranch, guys, here's the thing. A lot of these homes have the same elevations. Tuscan, Craftsman, Farmhouse, and it's just, we need a little bit more character in the Sacramento area, because we do live in some of the most amazing scenery in all Northern California. And we need some communities, some areas that kind of reflect different styles. It's, for me, sometimes I'm in Folsom and I feel like I could be in Folsom, I could be in Roseville, I could be in certain parts of Orangevale, and it just kind of seems the same. And hopefully we go in a direction of being a little bit more modernized, being a little bit more different styles, different kind of like, oh yeah, hey, that community, I love that community because of a lot of the homes are like that. Like in East Sacramento, the vibe is so specific. In the Pocket, the vibe is so different. So I would love to see a little bit more diversity in styles and kind of that stuff going on in Sacramento, because one of the things that I love about Sacramento is the fact that people can get a brand new home here, get the incentives, and also it keeps our resale down. But the thing that I don't like about this is the fact that it seems like builders are pretty much insistent on having the same elevations and the same floor plans and the same vibe for every single community. If you look at Folsom Ranch, they're talking about 13,000 homes going in an area, and all these homes are going to look relatively the same, and hopefully we can switch the styles up. I think everyone would agree that that'd probably be a really, really good thing. So hopefully they do that in the future. Shawwood's the only one that I saw in the Folsom Ranch area that is different. I mean, it looks crazy. The Shawwood communities, the elevations from the outside looks a little 3D printer-ish, but the elevations are nice. I mean, completely different than you see at the other community kind of down the hill. So yeah, it'd be nice to see a little bit, mixing it up a little bit. Okay, so this is it. Just remember, they're putting in a lot of new homes in Folsom Ranch, and people are going, oh, brand new elementary school, that's great. it's not keeping up with the growth of Folsom Ranch. So just be aware. And when you are going there with your realtor, or you're going there to check out a home in Folsom Ranch, make sure you're asking the sales reps the right question. Make sure your realtor has the right knowledge. If they don't, or you don't feel comfortable with it, feel free to reach out to our team. And if you want to call anonymously, do it. I get calls every single day, all the time. All right. Question time. What do you think of paying 4 to 5 minimum for a starter home in this economy? I honestly think it's crazy. I mean, I know I'm a realtor, so it's like, no, buy a home. It's nuts. Honestly, for me, 4 to 500,000, $4 to $5,000 every single month for a starter home. I look at that and I say, I realize because of that, I realize why so many people are switching to renting, or renting first before they're buying a home. The other thing too for you guys is that I'm always saying, reach out to our team. We work with people that buy homes in the area, and a lot of our clients have been living in their homes since they purchased them. The craziest part for a lot of people who like relocate to areas, I think it's like there's kind of like some like 60% of the people that move in or relocate to areas within the first 3 years move from that area and go somewhere else. So also educate yourself and make sure you're doing the right thing. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I think $4,000 to $5,000 for a starter home, and not your dream home, and not something amazing, is nuts. I think these rates don't make it easy for people. I think that, what was it, like maybe 7 years ago? Not even that. I mean, man, time flies, right? So let's say like 10 years ago, I was looking at stuff and I was thinking to myself, like, you can get your dream home here. You're paying like $2,500 a month. And it was great. I mean, it's hard because if you look at it also in Sacramento, salaries haven't increased that much to match up to it. So you're seeing a lot of people in Sacramento that have grown up here that can't afford Sacramento anymore. A lot of people that are moving in and getting these luxury homes are the ones coming in from the Bay Area, Los Angeles. They're selling their home and they're putting in the money into like these amazing homes. So yeah, I think it's brutal. I think Sacramento is losing our first-time home market. I think that's kind of a given. I always laugh a little bit, and even though myself, I will say this, I will throw myself into that pile sometimes when I'm thinking like affordable this, affordable that. And affordable, of course, is subjective, but I look at this and I say, yeah, $4,000 to $5,000 for a starter home, yeah, it's nuts. And I look at that and I say to myself, okay, for a rental house, like let's say you're renting a house for like a 3 and 2 in like a Natomas, Rosemont area, you'd be paying $2,700 a month. Is that a better deal right now than buying a home? I mean, of course, it's subjective. It's all about what you guys want. Time your life, don't time the market. But yeah, it is. It's a tough pill to swallow. It really, really is. And what makes it even tougher to swallow is the fact that you got a bunch of people that bought with 2.75s. And so you're paying more than double they would pay for that house. And that's hard, right? And so, yeah, I get it. I mean, it's brutal. And, yeah. And on this channel, guys, we're transparent. So I'm not going to try to sell you a house. I always tell you guys, like, time your life, don't time the market. And hopefully you guys are tuning into this broadcast to get some education about this area. You might be working with other realtors. You might be thinking about Sacramento or maybe going to Austin, but hopefully this gives you a little bit of like a real life idea of like what Sacramento is like. Because I do see a lot of videos out there that are like, oh, buy this house for $3 and everything too. And it's just such BS. On this channel, you get transparency. We'll answer questions. We'll talk to you about all this stuff too. And if you are watching this video on repeat and I say something or I'm talking about something and you have questions or comments or whatnot, give me a call. There's no obligation. You do not need to work with me and we can talk through exactly some of your questions. So that's it. All right, to the next one. What are your thoughts on Winding Creek in West Roseville? Any new home builder recommendations that's something different? I mean, okay, truthfully speaking, if you look at Winding Creek, there's not a whole lot of builders that are building different type of homes out there. There just aren't. I mean, I think JMC is a good builder out there. I think they're offering some great standard upgrades. And I think the lot sizes on some of their communities, we just moved in an amazing couple from Minnesota. I think the lot size is great as well too. I would say if you're looking for something completely different, it's hard, I think that, what is it? What's that one? Brookfield. I think, yeah, they're Winding and they're pretty good as far as creating a floor plan, but I don't know if you're going to get too much of like a different, like, oh my God, my house is this and it stands out from the crowd. I think they all kind of still have the same elevations. I think like, and we moved an amazing couple into or we're on contract for a house in Beezer. Beautiful home, beautiful floor plan. They got what they wanted. But at the same time, the elevation of the Beezer home, the elevation of like Tri Point or Brookfield, like they would have, if they found a better deal and a floor plan they liked at another builder, they probably would have pulled the trigger on that as well too. But I think now it's less about curb appeal, especially in the new home world. And I think it's more just about finding the floor plan that somebody likes, finding the incentives and seeing what that monthly looks like. And I think that's one of the biggest sellers on new homes. Yeah, it's pretty, the quartz countertops and, the nice pantries and everything too. But I think the main reason people are flipping into new homes is the incentives. I think that they realize that they're energy efficient. They want new. And I think a lot of the house styles in Sacramento, if you are going in the $400,000 to $500,000 range, you're going to find ranch style homes, tighter kind of hallways. They might give you the community, they might give you the area, but they're not going to give you the warm and fuzzies these new homes do. So that's kind of what I'm saying. But in Roseville, I'd say we scoured Roseville, West Roseville too. Beezer's pretty solid, and Beezer has two communities. One's a little bit more. And the thing in West Roseville, I would say this is a big one, is that there's like what's called Dry Creek, there's Center, and there's Roseville City Schools. So what you're going to notice is there'll be two communities maybe by one builder, and one community would be like, significantly like maybe $50,000, $60,000 cheaper than the other community that they're selling. And it's mainly because of schools. So just be aware about schools, right? It's a huge one. And I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying go to greatschools.org, but educate you as far as schools go. That's a huge one when you're in West Roseville. Now, a lot of people are like, kids are gone. We're doing this. We're retiring. If you plan on reselling your home, 6, 7, 8 years, schools are going to be a big thing. Possibly. Now I know they are a big thing, but again, you are in an area where they are going to be building new schools. So that could change as well in the far future. That's one thing though to keep in mind. I would say schools, that's a big one, and the price point can vary. Like I saw Richmond American, they had two communities and they were in two different school districts, and some of their homes were like, you saw it, there was a little bit more of a warm and fuzzy with one of their collection than the other one, and it was based on school districts. So that's another thing. Just to keep that in mind, that in the West Roseville area, what's called Dry Creek, I believe, but for sure Center and Roseville City. And a lot of those times, those determine like exactly the price point on the home. So that's something to keep in mind. We looked all over that area, and my clients ended up with Beezer because, Alana had worked with a client that got him into JMC. She got $20,000, what's called 10 in credits and 10 in reduce of a price reduction on JMC. And that community was pretty awesome as well too. And they gave him a huge backyard, pool worthy backyard. And that was in the 6s. And the Beezer home was just a big, big home. There were no neighbors in the back. Gave them a nice big backyard. They could look, it had a nice view. And that, I believe, was in the high 6s as well too. So those are the ones we've been seeing the most action with. Now, I think it's Brookfield also. The clients that I worked with that went with Beezer might have actually pivoted and gone with Brookfield. The price was good and everything was good, but Brookfield, the Melrose was way higher. So some of the things that you need to keep in mind is schools, and also that every builder, every community in the West Roseville area is going to have probably different types of Melrose, and just keep that in mind. Some go up to like 500, some go, some are like high 2s. So that's a big thing because Melrose is not probably going to go away anytime soon. And if you link into something that's like $450 every single month, that's going to be there for a while. So just keep that in mind. Now, the thing that I liked about the JMC home that we put our clients into is that I believe solar was included on that one. Now, the Beezer home, we got great incentives. We got a price reduction as well too. So I don't know. Those were the two ones that really stood out. Brookfield was awesome. Interiors were nice. The warm and fuzzy was there. It's just the Melrose tended to be a little higher. And that's what shifted my clients from Brookfield and made them say, Beezer's the one for us. So that'd be my recommendation. All right. Big Ben. It's because the cities, and guys, here's the thing. Again, if you're looking for Meritage, if you're looking for any community that Meritage is selling right now in the Sacramento area, I would say reach out to Ben. He is a rock star. And he's not about the check. If you guys are looking for Meritage and you want somebody who basically will tell you straight up, should I not? What do you think? What it is? He will tell you straight up what it's all about. And I love that type of person at new homes. So if you guys are looking for Meritage, I would really, really say to you, like, Ben is the rock star among rock stars when it comes to that. Now, I would reach out to him for sure. Yeah. So if you don't want to work with a realtor, I totally get it. Realtors can be a little pushy. Ben's a good guy. All right. It's because cities lets it happen. If you look at Rockland, they force the builders to shake it up, make KB homes more creative with their elevations. Sac and Roseville need to do the same. I know. Oh yeah, no, I'm totally with you. And if I go into one more community, and the other thing too that kills me about builders is it seems like the driveways are getting smaller and smaller. I think that it'd be nice to see a little bit longer of a driveway. It'd be also, nicer to see additional elevations. Also inside, I'm seeing grays and whites everywhere, which is fine, but I'd love to see some different varieties of stuff too. So hopefully that kind of stuff changes, but I think elevations, if we keep going in this direction with all the new home building that we have, it's going to get confusing. It's going to be like, am I in Elk Grove? Am I in Folsom? Am I in Rockland? Am I in Roseville? Everything's going to look the same. So hopefully they do change that, because that'd be very, very nice. All right. Good evening, Mark. Cookie Cutter Homes. Are in my state too. I guess builders don't care to build a variety of home styles anymore. I know, it wouldn't kill them. Honestly, make it different. Make it make it just a little unique. I don't think it takes that much. You look at what Shawwood's doing. They're kind of reinventing the game up here with their elevations. They're beautiful homes. I absolutely love what they're doing. I wish their price point was a little bit better for more people, but it is what it is. All right. What's one mistake buyers make when emotionally falling in love with a house? That is it right there. Fall in love with a house. It's tough because, in a lot of ways about negotiation, it's who, likes the house less in kind of in a market like this, right? So if you can find maybe 3 houses you like and you're submitting offers and you're like, look, whichever house can give me the best deal is the one I want, you're in good shape, right? If you fall in love with that one house and you fall in love with the interior, you fall in love with something and you're like already dreaming about it, creating those AI sketches about it, you've already bought into that house. You're already kind of thinking to yourself, that's what I want to do. It's hard to steer away from the idea of planning where your furniture is going to go. Once you start going down that road, it's just hard. Even for myself, when I was looking at homes in Gold River, I knew the floor plans, I knew everything. I didn't even bring my wife to a house that I didn't think we'd have a shot in getting. So yeah, it's hard, but falling in love with a house is tough to do, especially in this market now that there's more demand. And, pricing is still an issue for me. I still see things that, get listed on Friday and I'm thinking to myself, is it going to fly or is it not going to fly? And then you run the comps and you're like, oh, now it makes a little bit more sense. I know the market, so I can kind of gauge it. But to the average person, they're going to look at it and go, maybe that's one of those houses that's going to fly. Let's make an offer. So falling in love with a house can be that the mistake. All right. True. Cars are getting bigger and driveways. I'm with you, man. And driveways are fit for Beatles from the 60s. Yeah. There's another thing that actually drives me nuts. I'll be doing a video on this area too, Land Park. If you see Land Park, it's very specific. They always have the driveway in the back, right? So they have that kind of little, little kind of, you got to scoot past the house to put it in the driveway. And, those driveway spaces to drive in are you can't get anything big. And mid-size SUV, maybe, possibly. And I think that they've got to realize the fact that Sacramento is a driving area. I can't see us ever turning into one of those spots that we're walking, taking cabs or hopping on the BART or something like that. We are a driving city. And for all you people also who are thinking about making the move to Sacramento, I'm going to tell you something straight up. Getting garage spaces, like a 3-car garage for a lot of people who come in from the Bay who are like, yeah, we have 1-car garage, in our condo in San Jose. And that's fantastic, guys. We're a driving city. Your kids are going to get older. They're going to need places to park and everything too. A lot of people use that space in the garage for storage because guess what? The new homes don't have attics that you can store a lot of stuff in as well too. So just understand, I don't think a lot of people from the Bay, a lot of people LA who move into Sacramento realize that we are a driving city and having a 3-car garage is as vital as they should prioritize that, especially if you're getting a house that's maybe more than 2,800 square feet. An extra parking space is huge. And when you go to resell your home, I've been in deals where a lot of people have called up, hey, is that a 3-car garage? No, it's a 2-car garage. Ooh, okay. My clients were really adamant on 3-car. So I'd say a garage space in Sacramento is vital. I'd say having a 3-car garage, if you go higher, more than 2,800 square feet, is definitely important. For example, like in Gold River, right? I have a 3-car garage, and I'm so lucky I do, because in Gold River, the HOA specifies that you can't have people park in the driveway or on the street, and you get actually citations for that. So HOAs are also restrictive in certain areas of Sacramento as well too. So that's just something to note. If you guys are doing that, just, be careful. All right, here we go. Placer One Surf Resort. This one I'm excited about. If you guys are thinking about Placer One, man, look at this. And this is, I lumped this into West Roseville as well too. You guys are going to enjoy the surf park. Look how crazy that is. This is the renderings of what the surf park is going to be supposedly looking like. I mean, crazy. You're going to have the lagoon. You're going to have the primo location as well too. I mean, it's going to be, you're not only going to have the college out there too, but you're going to have this amazing surf park. I mean, surfing, cruising around. I mean, in this weather, this is going to be crazy. Now, Placer One, take it or leave it. Some people like it, some people don't. Placer One is a little further away and everything, but West Roseville got their Costco, so the shopping is getting closer. You're going to have the college in there. You're going to have Placer Vineyards as well. It's going to be insane. Look at this. Look at that. Sergio, look at the surf park. Look at that. Look how close you are to it. You're going to be able to go there with the kids or not. Hang out. That's going to be in Placer One, which is going to be honestly like, I don't know, 3-4 minutes from West Roseville. That is absolutely crazy. So if you guys are thinking to yourself, yeah, I like Sacramento. I love the idea that you got rivers, you got all this stuff too, but I wish there were a little bit more fun things to do for the kids and fun things to do for the adults when the kids are at college. You got a surf park here. Oh, I love this. This is so cool. Look at this. You could actually, this is like, look at this. Woo, man, that is going to be fun. I'm so excited for that. And it's huge. So, it's going to fill up absolutely, but I think that is so cool. All right, to the next, Liberty Lincoln. So if you guys really love the Whitney Ranch area, because for me, Whitney Ranch, it's like $82 for an HOA. You got the pools, you got the cabanas, outdoor barbecue space. You're up on a hill, you got the views and everything too. Liberty is almost like Whitney Ranch without the views. It's in Lincoln. I love the idea that it's got the clubhouse and all that stuff too. Right now, I think you have what's called Richmond's building out there, Woodside. I think there's another builder. I think it might be Meritage. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you got 3 builders currently building there. There's going to be more builders building there as well too. If you are someone who loves Whitney Ranch lifestyle, and you say to yourself, I want something like that. I don't want to pay the price tag of like $1 million or whatever in Whitney Ranch right now too. I want something like that, something that's going to grow and develop and become like that type of community. Liberty at Lincoln is a rockstar community. And I love the idea that you get a pool, you get the clubhouse, you can get the trails. It's going to be built really, really nice. You're getting walking trails. You're going to have fun things to do for the kids. They're already selling over there too. They're selling like crazy. It's a very, very beautiful community. Close to Roseville, 35 minutes to Sacramento downtown, 15 minutes to Roseville. Lake Tahoe's 90 minutes away. So if you are somebody who's saying to yourself, like, I like Rockland, it's good, but I'm not seeing too much new home building there. I'd like to get something new. I'd like to get something for maybe like $650-ish, something like that. But I want to make sure if I'm paying an HOA, it's not like Mark, who he pays a huge HOA fee and he gets nothing for it. I want an HOA fee that I get a pool, a cabana. I want an HOA fee like that, like a Whitney Ranch. Check out Liberty at Lincoln. You'll be happy you did. If you want, like I said, reach out to our team. We'd love to show you it. We've actually gone out there at least 4 times in the last couple of weeks, and our clients have absolutely loved it. I think it's going to grow. And like Lincoln is just doing some amazing things as well too. So as far as Lincoln goes, I think Lincoln, what was it, back early 2000s, it was like the fastest growing city in all of California. And now it's just going and going. Lincoln has got a lot of land close to Thunder Valley, really, really nice spot as well too. So this is a community that I would definitely check out. Now it is on PG&E, but in Rockland, you're on PG&E either way. So enjoy. All right. Our buyers in Sacramento moving towards turnkey modern homes or homes with architectural character and charm. I think you're going to find a little bit of both. I think turnkey for sure. I think people don't want to deal with fixers with these rates as well too. I think turnkey, I think, you have to have the dog and pony show for the houses right now. You have to make it so someone can move in. They're going to feel a little bit about that rate. They move right in and they're enjoying their house. I'm not seeing a lot of people say to me, hey, Mark, find me a fixer. Some people are like, yeah, I don't mind a little bit of a project, but I need to get going. I need to start paying off that mortgage. I got my work. I got the kids. I want to go. So I think turnkey. Now for architectural character, I think what you're going to notice is if you're looking for houses with that, you're going to look at some of the older areas, probably like the Tahoe Parks, East Sacramento, Southland Park, Land Park. Where else would I say? Curtis Park is another one, great one as well too. So there are some areas in Sacramento that are going to give you that. I think you're going to go String Brothers, Mid-Century Modern. So there are some of that. Sacramento is going to have those areas, like I just mentioned, some of the areas in what's called Wilhagen, Sierra Oaks, Arden Park, some of those areas as well too. So that's kind of where you're going to find more like the, Edwardian houses or kind of Victorian stuff. You might see a few of them scattered here and there, like old Roseville or whatnot. But if you're looking for the character, that's where you're going to find it. Now, Wendy, one of the things that, we talk about a little bit about the new homes is a lot of that new homes do have those elevations. Some of them have the porch. Some of them have like a nice, nice elevations. And the new homes do have some nice elevations. And when I say elevations, I mean the facade of the outside of the home. But, what you're going to notice is like, let's say you see a house that's absolutely beautiful and you're like, oh my God, I love it. And it was built maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And you're like, look at that outside. I love the architecture. I love this. I love the porch. You're probably going to find at least 5 or 6 more of those in the vicinity, which for a lot of people throws it off because like in an East Sacramento, you're going to find one house that there's not another house identically like it. And it stands out a little bit. In new homes, and especially in the communities they're building, you're going to find like just they're kind of all somewhat, some of them might stand out a little more than others, but it's going to be a floor plan that not your neighbor, but down the road, there might be the same floor plan. So some people feel that takes away from it. Some people feel it doesn't. So just be aware. All right, let's get into some more fun stuff. All right, so we covered Liberty at Lincoln. Again, Whitney Ranch type community. If you're looking for that, I think it's great. Lincoln, it has a little bit, at least for me, it has a little bit more of a dry kind of climate. Feels a little like Sedona. Feels a little bit like kind of like an Arizona vibe. There's not as much foliage. And I think in areas like Fair Oaks, there's a little bit more foliage. Auburn, Folsom and everything too. Lincoln is really, really nice though. There's golf courses there and it's really, really nice living over there. All right, now Plaza Parkway, yay, roads. We like this. Now, one of the things about Plaza Parkway is the fact that this is going to feed into road connect kind of West Roseville, Plaza 1. It's going to connect the 70 to the 90. It's something that we definitely need with all the new homes being built. So as you see right here, that's pretty much it right there. So we need better connection because we don't want to suffer the same problem that's happening right now in certain areas. Like look at East Bidwell and Folsom. They're trying to create an infrastructure with all the new homes that are being built that people can go from point A to point B, which I think is great. And I'm glad this got approved. I think it's going to make everything a whole lot easier for people. Cause the 80, the 65 have always been kind of a bear. That's where I got like rear-ended. It wasn't really fun. So the Plaza Parkway is approved, ready to go. And this is going to alleviate a lot of people thinking to themselves, Plaza 1 is so far away. West Roseville is so far away. So you guys who are moving to West Roseville to the Plaza 1 area, the infrastructure is underway right now or approved. It's going in the right direction. And I love it. Better connectivity. I mean, regional traffic relief, economic growth, improved safety. It's a win-win-win. And hopefully in the future, we see other areas that are built with infrastructure in mind, and they're putting infrastructure in sooner as opposed to later. Because as we all know, in Folsom Ranch, East Bidwell is that one artery that gets you in and out of Folsom Ranch, except for that one that goes by the In-N-Out Burger. And they should have thought a little bit more about infrastructure before they decided to put 13,000 new homes in Folsom Ranch. Okay, to the next breaking news, and this is a fun one. All right, so we are working with Meritage, and we'll be listing their quick move-in homes, or one of them, to see how that works and everything. So it'll be fun. We're going to do the video for it and everything. I wish more new home communities would reach out to us, because we'd love to feature them on this channel, talk a little bit about incentives as well too. The other thing too is I'm working with a couple of luxury agents in the area, and we're going to be doing some tours on this channel as well too. So some fun things going on Lincoln and all that stuff, and Loomis and everything too, which is going to be awesome. I'm super excited about that. And if you saw that video I did on Folsom, we're going to be filming another video just like that about El Dorado Hills. Then we're going to do a video like that on Roseville. So I'm going to take you into some of the communities in these specific areas. We're going to do drone. We're going to walk around. I'm going to talk price points, home styles, you know, all that kind of stuff too. So get ready to kind of take a first look at some of these communities that we talk about all the time on the show on video. It'll be fun. I'm excited for that. And we're going to film El Dorado tomorrow. All right, let's get into some Q&A, and then we'll let you guys go for the night. If you guys are enjoying the show, thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Also, comments and questions, just let me know. You know, throw them up there. I'm sure everyone would love to see it. The repeat, usually of these live shows, gets us sometimes over 1,000 views. And these are people who are actually coming into the area and checking out this video, and they love your comments probably even more than my commentary. So please put them up. All right, best sushi in the Sacramento area. Hey, how you doing? All right. I've been meeting so many cool people these days. It's funny. Okay, best sushi in Sacramento. For me, I used to love Blue Nami. Back in the day, I thought it was great, but Mikuni's is a staple. What you're going to find is Mikuni's all over the place. They deliver amazing sushi. If you're someone who's new to the Sacramento area and you're thinking to yourself, I want a good sushi place, I would say try out Mikuni's. I think it's a fantastic spot to go. I think it's a staple. Really, really good. All right, best sushi cafe. Been there as well too. I've been to the one, I think it's Midtown on Alhambra. Again, really, really good. But I love this. Okay, we got Sushi Cafe. I got to go. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping this because I want to go start visiting some of these spots also, because I'm looking for more sushi. If you guys know of any other spots, sushi spots or food spots that would be awesome, throw it out there as well too. I think Sushi Cafe I've definitely been to, and I love the fact that their rolls are like hearty rolls, you know. I hate getting like little rolls where they're like, you know, you're eating a bunch and they're not filling. Sushi Cafe, one thing I will tell you is their rolls are very, very hearty. Mikuni though, I mean, you're not, it's just, there's so many options, so much good stuff in Mikuni's. Got to give them a lot of love on that. All right, let's go to the next one. California's newest luxury community. Something looks off about the proportions of the front of the house. Something looks odd. I'm actually not that big as well. No, yeah, I'd say, yeah, I mean, I would love to see a little bit more of the door looking bigger and maybe a little higher like they did over at, what's it called? Bickford Ranch. But again, I still think this floor plan was pretty amazing with the whole walkway that wrapped around. And we've gotten 2 people into contract at that Toll Brothers community with this exact floor plan. So I don't know. They loved it. Next one coming soon. Okay, so this is a house in Davis that we just saw on the market on Monday. We already got a couple of people from the coming soon. It is a gorgeous house. Now, here's the thing about Davis. Davis is known just as a market that's impossible to get into under $1 million. This is a turnkey home with a nice sized backyard, sheds. It's so, so nice, guys. If you are looking for Davis, I would encourage to reach out and take a look at this house. I don't see too much stuff in Davis under $1 million. I think this house is a steal. I would definitely go take a look at it. And if you want to see what it looks like even more, we have the video on this channel. We are probably the only YouTube channel in the Sacramento area. We are the only YouTube channel in Sacramento area that will actually, if you list your home with us, we will actually put it on the channel. If you notice other YouTubers, they do not put their homes that they list on their channels because they're a little bit worried more about the algorithm as opposed to selling a house for a client. If you list with us, your house will be front and center on our YouTube channel. I'm less worried about becoming a YouTuber and doing right by my clients. So if you guys list with us, this is where you'll find your house. And we've already sold, 10, 11 houses with YouTube videos. So they definitely work. And I won't mention who it is, but the owner of the house, I texted them a message. The video is online for like 2 hours. We already got a hit directly from the YouTube video. So it was crazy. All right, next one. Great show, Mark. I listened to the replay. Time to include a clip of you driving the Ferrari instead of always telling us about it. I know. I got to redo the intro clip. So it's a work in progress. All right. Would you buy right now if rates were under 6%? Rates are high for sure, but paying 4 to 5 monthly, yeah, on a starter home sounds terrifying for most. One coworker of mine said he'd never buy in this economy, and he makes $20K a year. Makes you wonder if it's a huge mistake. Well, I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, time your life, don't time the market. I don't think for me that I would ever jump into anything that would make me freak out at 2 a.m. I don't think I'd buy anything if I was feeling nervous about a job, if I felt like I was spending more than I needed to spend, if my bank account was tight. I just don't think I would do it. I think right now, if you look in the Sacramento area, it's more affordable to rent. And I know people are like, every lender, every realtor is going to say, you're just throwing the money, you're giving your landlord money. Yeah, but sometimes you're in a situation where you just, buying doesn't make sense. So I would say the way I am is I never would put myself in a position that I'm freaking out about, 2:00 in the morning, freaking out about my next mortgage payment or about the amount of it and everything too. I just would not do that to myself. I think stress is the number one killer of people in this world. And I just would not do that to myself. So I think you got to just vibe out your own situation, time your life, don't time the market. If it's right, you'll know. But yeah, don't get into this FOMO situation where you're saying, I gotta buy. I don't believe in that. I think sometimes renting is a better solution. And, the stress of paying a mortgage or, buying something that's a little bit more than you can afford. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. All right. Rates this week, up or down or the same. All you people who said up, you're correct. Rates triggered back up. Man, come on, Jerome Powell. You're leaving in a couple days. Can't you just do us a little bit of a solid before you leave? All right. Would you buy right now if rates are under 6%? 39% said yes. 50 said no. As you see also, if you look at and you run the numbers, if it's over 6 or just under 6, it's not too huge of a payment differential. For me, I think if we get somewhere into the mid 5s, we can see a lot of crazy activity. The crazy thing for me is if you've seen this, rates are actually kind of ticking back up and demand is stronger right now than I thought it would be. And it's stronger than it was last year, and things are definitely moving and houses are definitely moving. So as much as, the rates going up is not a fun thing for a lot of people who are thinking about buying, there are still a bunch of people, if you watch the live broadcast I did last week when I brought in the statistics, there are a lot of people though that are buying. I think a lot of people have been waiting on the sidelines and are just thinking to themselves, if rates go down, I'll refi and I'm just going to pull the trigger. Now, is that the right move? Is that the wrong move? It's completely up to you. Time your life, don't time the market. And that's it. Sometimes renting makes more sense and you just got to figure out what works for you. All right. Let's go to the next one. Who's looking to move back to the Bay Area? Yes, 20%. Man, it is tough. A lot of people, when they leave California and they try coming back in, it's, they move to an area that is a lot more economical, affordable, and then they try moving back to California and it's almost impossible to do. Same thing with Sacramento. If you move from the Bay, and let's say you sell that $2 million condo in San Jose, and you decide to come back, and then you buy yourself your nice, 3,000 square foot home, pool and everything too in Sacramento. And then you decide to go back to the Bay, man, you better have a crazy good job because you'll get used to that pool. You'll get used to the size of the house, the community and everything too. So I would say for all you people who are looking to move here from the Bay, just make sure that if your company tells you you can telecommute, that you really can telecommute. Make sure that you've gotten, a good, strong vibe about this area. And just make sure that it's going to be something that you really, really like. I'd say right now is a great time to test it out because we are getting those warmer days. And for a lot of people to say, yeah, it's not gonna be that hot. It's hot. God, Sacramento gets really, really hot. For me, I've been here enough where it doesn't really bother me. But for a lot of people I know coming into this area, it can be a deal breaker. So for anyone making the move or thinking to themselves that they want to move out here and test it out, maybe renting is the best solution. But definitely coming out here and feeling the hot days is something you definitely should do. All right, who wins, Mother's Day or house hunting? 18% of you guys should be ashamed. It's always about Mother's Day. Come on, Mother's Day should always win. All right, who wins in the current market? New homes, resale, not sure. Here's the thing. I think For me, I'm still looking at new homes, having those great interest rates, getting a brand new home, being more energy efficient. And, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm also thinking to myself, I think resale is kind of kicking into gear right now. People are loving those established communities and everything. But in this current market of high interest rates, I think that new homes are the thing that makes the most sense for somebody, especially if they're looking for a starter home or they're looking for something they can get into. I'm actually surprised how popular resale homes are with all the incentives that, are pretty much still being given to some of these new home communities. Resale is coming on strong. Devin. All right, let's talk sushi. Cruise. Oh, Crew. I forgot about Crew. Crew is so bougie though. Very expensive, but very good. Crew's the best sushi in Sac, and not close, but yeah. Obviously, Mikuni is great. Pure 50, good quality. Asahi, so good value. Let's start there. By the way, buyers are back. Buyers are back. Devin, we've gotten beat out for a couple of houses, my friend. But yeah, buyers are back. Demand is back. And the crazy part is rates are going up. So it's a very much like a topsy-turvy market. I wish I could tell you that sitting on the sidelines, things are going to get better. But I mean, if we're in a situation right now where rates are kind of going up and people are jumping into the market and demand is back and buyers are jumping in, I just don't know if sitting on the sidelines, if you're really thinking about buying, might make a lot of sense. But again, it's everyone's decision, everyone's individual decision to buy, to sell, to wait, to watch this YouTube video or this live stream. All right. To the next. Oh, that was it. Man, we're going to an hour tonight, guys. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. There's a lot of fun things coming out to the Sacramento area, no matter where you live. Elk Grove, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's more. There's another hospital being built in the Folsom area as well, too. There's just a bunch of fun things happening in the Sacramento area. The only mistake I did about Sacramento is I wish I would have came in, I don't know, maybe like way earlier than I did. I mean, Los Lagos at 650, that would not have been bad of a purchase back in the day. That's just how things are. If you're looking for something affordable in California, you want that lifestyle, definitely check out the Sacramento area. We got a lot of cool spots. You got Roseville, you got Rockland, you got Folsom, you got Sacramento proper. I mean, we just got so much fun things. Check out the Pocket, pretty nice area as well too. There's so many fun things. And the great thing about Sacramento is we do have land. There is going to be building. There's going to be development. Yes, some projects have stalled, and yes, we have hit roadblocks. But at the end of the day, you think about it this way, with all the new homes we've been building, all that movement, all that progress, we were bound to hit some snags. Hopefully we'll get through them. I mean, I even heard rumors that we're looking for an expansion baseball team to come into Sacramento, the Rail Yards project. Things are fun. All right, Jason, who is Sacramento's biggest competition to you, Mark? I want your opinion, not what your friends are saying. Wondering who keeps you up at night. Vegas, Reno, Portland, anyone, man. I missed the show. Jason. Okay. So if it's me, who do I think as far as Sacramento's? I think it's got to be something in Texas. It's got to be. I mean, Texas is pretty hot. I would say Houston. The thing about Houston is that they stopped building a lot of new homes. If you've seen a lot of like the Living in Texas channels and everything too, they stopped kind of doing new home tours because new homes stopped kind of building. There's a lot of North Houston, I think it is, that stopped kind of building new homes. The ROI just wasn't there anymore. So I'd say a lot of people like Texas. A lot of people like, the Austin area. So Texas is a big one for us. Vegas, not so much. I think Portland, the climate, a lot of people come here and there's like, it rains, it's cold. I don't want that. Florida used to be until people realized home insurance was worse there than it is here. And also they realized humidity is not fun for anyone. So I'd say for us, probably some Texas place. I'd say Houston, maybe Dallas, maybe San Antonio, maybe Austin. Those are the ones people like. I mean, a lot of people watch those McMansion videos and they're just hooked. You look at there and it's like 4,000 square foot. You got the lagoon, you got the pool, you got everything, and it's $2. Come on in. So I think a lot of people like that. For me, I would think that Vegas would give us a little bit more competition, but it doesn't. Arizona doesn't as all either. A lot of people aren't really, Phoenix isn't really a competitor with us that much. For a while, I was thinking Vegas would kind of do it, but Vegas, no, not really. Vegas isn't really doing it. And I think I talked to this one YouTube realtor in Vegas, Lebo, really good guy. And he was telling me the thing about Vegas is that in our market, in the Vegas market, the new home communities are actually more expensive than resale. Where in our market, if you've seen, a lot of times, like our new homes are cheaper than even resale. Like in Folsom, I mean, they're way cheaper. So I think that our market has a lot of benefits with that stuff. But yeah, if you're going to say who is our biggest competitor, who keeps me up at night, probably be someone in Texas. I mean, they can get a huge home if you can work remote, and you can get that 5,000 square foot home in Texas, big lot. I mean, a lot of people like that. For me though, I don't know. I've lived in Los Angeles. I lived in Tucson. I've lived out of the country for a while as well too. And I've realized something traveling everywhere and seeing stuff is the fact that there's only one California. The California lifestyle is awesome. If I could afford it, just being real with you guys, like, Santa Barbara would be awesome to live. San Diego would be awesome to live. I mean, there's some areas in the Bay Area even that are sweet to live in as well. My brother lives in Walnut Creek, which I hate, but there's some areas in the Bay Area that I think are amazing. But the price tag is crazy. I'm not looking to spend like $3-4 million on just a regular home. So I always come back to like Sacramento. I always come back to California. And a lot of people are like, California, I'm leaving California. Leave California. But the weather's great. Snow, the beach. I mean, I went to where'd I go? I went to Dillon Beach on vacation for a few days. I was like, this is California, man. You got wine country. The weather's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not leaving the state anytime soon. And I'm not one of those people that have grown up in Sacramento and only know Sacramento. I've lived in the Bay. I've lived like in some of the, I've lived in San Francisco for like 6 years. I lived in Los Angeles, down in Westwood for a whole bunch. So I've seen other spots, and I can tell you this: Sacramento, easily the best bang for your buck, and gives you everything California is like built to be. The community vibe too in the Sacramento area. I love the people here. I think people are really, really nice. I've never had really that negative environment. The communities they're creating are beautiful. The growth potential, the appreciation on homes, second to none. And for me, that's it. It's California, and that's it. That's it for me. Now, if Sacramento was one of those markets that in 5 or 10 years became unaffordable and I was renting at the time, I might be a little, out of luck, and I might have to go to Texas, but I'm glad that I bought into this market earlier, and I believe in our market. So I think it's good. But yeah, getting back to it, probably Texas. All right. We have 49 other states full of people who secretly wish they could move here. I know you are so 100% right. There's a lot of demand that we can never meet. I remember you lived in Tucson. What about, oh man, Tucson was brutal. I mean, you guys think it's hot in Sacramento. There's something about Tucson that it was, first of all, it was hotter, right? I mean, it was so hot that when you walked outside, you felt your skin almost burning. And even a swimming pool, jumping in a pool just didn't feel like refreshing, right? Everyone in Tucson during summertime lives in their AC, straight up. Sacramento is not really like that. Yes, it is warm outside, but everyone's still out and about and doing stuff in the evenings and everything too. Tucson, I found the atmosphere for me, as far as like, some people love that stuff, like the Sedonas and everything too. For me, something about the lack of trees, the lack of foliage just didn't do it for me. And it just felt like one of those movies where, the guy's like walking around for water and he's got the towel around his head and he's like going somewhere for water. That's what Tucson felt like for me. And it just didn't gel for me. Now, California just has it, like I'm telling you guys, like Sacramento, like I drove, what was it? Like for a vacation, I went to Dillon Beach. It took me like 2 hours to get there. And I'm just watching, the ocean and just going, oh my God, I'm so lucky. And then I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you might go to Tahoe for another vacation. That's like an hour and 20 minutes away. Maybe go to Incline Village, maybe go up to like the Hyatt up there. I'm like, this is beautiful. And then if I want to, I can, we can go for a little vacation in San Francisco. It's just, we have so much here, guys. And I'm not a drinker, but other people who drink, what? You got Napa, you got Amador. We have it so good here in California that when people are like saying, I'm leaving California, I'm out of California, I'm like, you know what? The only question I have for you is, who is selling your house? Because I would love to be a realtor. Other than that, okay, it's up to you. Idaho was popular for a little while. Yeah, Idaho. Now, the future spot, now you guys are going to love this because I do think you'll agree with me on this. I do think future-wise, though, within about a year or two, it already is popular, but I think it's going to be a spot where there's going to be a lot of it's going to probably be the it spot to move. It's going to be like the Nashville area. People love Nashville and the surrounding kind of communities and areas. Nashville is like blowing up right now. And it's still, you know, it's now like a kind of a contender, right? But I think people don't realize how popular Nashville and the Nashville area is. I hear the weather's nice. I hear like the prices are affordable, but I think Nashville is going to be the next big spot outside of California that I think is going to take it over for Texas. In fact, if I had my choice of moving to Texas or Nashville, I would choose Nashville all the way. I think the Nashville area is amazing. You can get some great houses, you know, and I just think that people love it. I know so many people that are contemplating Nashville. So I think in the future, you're going to see Nashville be probably our strongest competitor. In fact, I'd love to bring a Nashville realtor. If you guys know a good Nashville realtor, I'd love to bring them on the show and talk a little bit about home prices, talk a little bit about taxes, schools, all that kind of fun stuff. So if you know a good one, put it in the comments because I'd love to reach out to them. But other than that, guys, I am done for the evening. Smash that like button. If you're seeing this on the afterplay, hit that like button and the hype button. It would mean a lot to me. And if you guys want to talk about future topics or ideas for the show as well too, put them in the comments below. I'd love to make the show even better. I'm also looking for a lender that I can bring on maybe once a month to talk a little bit about rates and everything too. Talking to a few people, so you might see that in the future. And again, I take your comments and your kind of ideas to heart. One of the ones that came in last week or the week before was to bring in realtors from other areas so we can talk. I would love to do that. I'm in the process right now of reaching out to a bunch of them. So hopefully we can maybe do that conversation with a realtor from another area once a month just for you guys. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm out of here. If you're looking for a team or a realtor, if you're looking to sell your house, reach out to our team. We'd love to work with you. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. Buying and selling is stressful. I mean, there are definitely different avenues you can go in, and there's no guarantee. Every property is different, whether you're looking to buy it or sell it. So reach out to our team, and we can talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of selling currently, what your house is valued at, and all that stuff too. There's a link below to schedule a call. Now, if you're thinking about moving to the area, guys, reach out to our team as well. We're working with a lot of people relocating them to the Sacramento area. We absolutely love it. There's a Zoom link below. Set up a time where we can talk to you a little bit about what your needs are. Now, if you enjoyed this live broadcast, smash that like button. We would love to talk to you a little bit about Sacramento. I mean, we always are out and about. So if you're looking at places like El Dorado, Roseville, Rockland, Davis, we got you covered. Just reach out to us. And maybe you don't want to do a Zoom call, so just hit me at my phone number on the banner, and we can talk a little Sacramento. Now, guys, one last thing before I go. There's a playlist right over there of other videos I've done about the Sacramento area. Knowledge is power. Those videos will help you kind of make a decision if Sacramento is that spot for you and you want to take it to the next stage. All right, guys, this is Mark. Have a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Remember, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next video.